Hey guys, thought I'd come to you today. We've got a ton of things going on around here today. It's raining, cold outside, so not much I can do out there, but I got plenty to do inside. But my son, thankfully, he actually harvested another deer last week, and we're going to try to make some homemade deer sausage. That's not in this video. I will try to do a video on that. But I've got to make room in my freezer. We're just slap out of room. So I want to show you what I got here. I'm doing this the easy way. Typically, to make grape juice, you really needs to be worked out. I think by hand is the best way. But I don't have a lot of time to do that. So I've got a product here. We bought this last year, me and my wife did. And we actually like it. It's called a Steamer Juicer. This is made by Norpro. And if I think about it, if I can, sometimes YouTube's getting funny about putting things in your description. But anyway, I'll try to put a link to it in the description. But this is an all stainless steel juicer. And this, you fill this pot up half full of water, bring it to a boil. I've got it real close, and try to get it together. I had it apart, and I wanted to add just a little more water to it. Now this is what your steam will actually, your juice. This is what your juice will actually collect in. As you can see it there, let me hold the camera over it. You can see the steam coming up through that little column right there. Okay, the juice will actually collect in here, but you put your fruit in here, in this basket right here. So I've got 2 bags, 2 gallons of grapes. So let me get one and dump it in there. These are the bronze Scuppernongs. I'm going to just do one at a time. I do have a few wild ones mixed in here with it. I'm curious to see how these do after they've been frozen, just to see if they'll work any better. Now we're going to hook this up here so it won't fall down and get into anything. I've got a container that once this is done, I'm going to let the juice out. And this makes your juice extremely clear. It doesn't have a lot of the pulp and stuff in it. So we're going to try this. Put the lid on it. And once it comes up to a boil, I'll set my timer for 60 minutes. And we'll see what happens. I might check back in just periodically in between that time, and so we'll show you what's going on in the process. So I'll get with you then. Alright guys, I'm back here. It's about a little over 30 minutes into this process, and I'm going to just let it go. And as you can see, the grapes just sit there and steam, and they give their juice away. I checked it. There's about 1 inch of juice inside this thing right now. So I'm going to just let it go. Let it go its full time. And it's probably got another 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches before it'll actually come close to running over that column in the middle. So, guys, my kitchen smells just like grape juice. So smells wonderful. So I've got me a jar over here. I think my wife or some of them bought some muscadine grape cider is what it says. They got this up in the mountains back in the fall, so this is what we'll be putting it in, and I'll put it in the refrigerator. So anyway, guys, I have got a ton of stuff going on. I mentioned the sausage that we're going to try to make from the deer meat. And I've got one more batch of grapes after I get this one done. So got 2 batches of these to do. And so anyway, we're going to try our best to get this done today. And I'm waiting on my meat to, my deer meat, I'm waiting on it to kind of thaw just a little bit. Because it actually froze just a little bit more than I wanted it to. So anyway, I thought I'd show you, this is a neat little trick here. Like I say, we bought this back last year. And we've used it a couple of times. Now the only thing making jelly with this, I think it takes something out of the juice that you actually need for your jelly to gel. Whether it's the pectin or whatever, I don't know. It just that we've had trouble getting our stuff to actually set up in gel if we're making jam, juice, or whatever we're making when I do it with this. But now for actually a clear juice, and if I really had the time, if you would just let this, I guess a person could actually press that just a little bit and some of the pulp would actually get into it as well. You would have to strain that out. But I'm gonna just give it its time. It's got about 24 minutes to go yet. And I'll put the camera back on so you can watch me drain this out. And then we'll start a new batch. So, talk to you then. Alright guys, that's how much juice I got off of about a gallon of muscadine, Scuppernongs. I went ahead, I kind of stirred it around a little bit. You know, that almost looks like it's trying to gel in that thing. And this is the spent pulp. That's what it looks like. I read where you can actually take that and use it to make jam with, but I don't have time to do that. And another thing, we've got all the jelly and jam that we need. So I'm gonna empty that out, and I just set this jar on the heater so it would stay warm. And we're gonna see what'll happen here. I've got to, hold on a second. I'm gonna just take this clip off because I think I need to rock that thing forward. You kind of got to siphon it. Alright, there we go. Don't want to drop that. That's precious stuff. Let me let y'all down here a minute. Guys, I'm going to have this thing full. I got to have me another one. And I think I got another jug, so put this back on. Now there is, if you're, you know, if you're worried about sterilization, I have seen people take and run that back through the hose, sterilize it, so that's up to you. We're probably going to end up drinking this before it has time to do anything. Let me check my water level. Yeah, I think we need to probably add some. And guys, I read in my book on this that having this thing at a good, steady, hard boil is better than a slow boil, because you'll get less condensation of juice into your, or water into your juice. So, tell you what, before I start that. I'm gonna put that lid on, let that come to a boil. But another thing, I will have to add about a cup of sugar probably to this, because I was reading on that. That's the thing about doing it this way. It takes some of the sweetness out of it. But guys, look at that. It's got a little cloudiness to it, but I think it will clear up. I'm gonna let it cool down and then we'll set it in the refrigerator. But I probably am gonna go and try to add a little sugar to it. I may try to taste it just to see. So anyway, I'm gonna get this next batch ready. And then guys, we got to make deer sausage. So it's a never-ending battle today. Alright guys, I gotta get my other jug ready to go, get it cleaned up. I actually got more out of these than I expected to get. I was expecting maybe half that much, so I'm tickled with that. Well guys, I'll show you this process, what it's like, and if you have any questions, just feel free to leave them in the comments below, and I'll try to answer them as best I can. Guys, I want to say I appreciate each one of my subscribers. I can't say that enough. So I'll say more about that probably on our something different time this week. So anyway guys, or well, you probably don't see it by the time this video comes out. So anyway guys, I'll talk to you later. Y'all have a good day, and until next time, thank you from Little NC Farmer.